Hi guys, I'm from geiri.technology. Today I'm going to show you how to create parts using SolidWorks 2016. This is my first video on YouTube. That makes me a bit excited. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the basics of SolidWorks. Therefore, I want to start with creating shapes. Now since SolidWorks logo is a cuboid, I'm going to show you how to start making a solid model which is a cuboid. Alright, once you have the software installed, open the software, go to the software and go to the tab called New. Once you click the New tab, there are three options available: Part, Assembly and Drawing. For the basics, you have to start with the Part. Press Alright. Then you have to go to Sketch. Before you start sketching, you have to know your planes. Now, you already should know that to have a 3D model, you need to have three planes, which will be based on the y-axis, x-axis, and the z-axis. Now, once you start to sketch, let's say a line, then they will show you that the sketch on which you want to sketch. If you are having difficulty on understanding what is a plane, then think of it as your paper on a notebook. Your paper is the plane and you are sketching on the plane. Let's say now you want to choose the top plane as your paper. That means you're sketching on this plane. Now we want to have a cuboid. To have a cuboid, we need to have a rectangle. You can either choose a corner or center rectangle. Usually I prefer choosing the center rectangle. Now this is an isometric view, or I'm sorry, they call it a trimetric view. Here you can change the view. Alright, this is the dimetric. This is the front, right, back. Well, this is trimetric, dimetric, and isometric. Alright, so this is the isometric view. This view is usually used by engineers and architects. But if you want to have a look at it as it is parallel to the screen, then you have to click your y-axis and the plane will be perpendicular to the y-axis. Right, so now once you have the center rectangle selected, you have to create the rectangle from the center. So usually I coincide the point with the center of the plane, which is the origin. Now here you left click here, and then you just left click anywhere. Now we have to make the length and the width the same to make it a square. For the starters, we have to use start smart dimension. Let's say we make it 100 millimeters. Once the length is set to 100 millimeters, we need to make the width 100 as well. Alright, now we have a square. Wow, my phone is ruining the video. Okay, for starters, we will go slow, so we have to click exit sketch. Now the next step, is to make this sketch an extrusion. If you want to extrude it, go to Features, click Extruded Boss or Base. Now they will be asking for the direction of extrusion and the height of the extrusion. If we want to make it a cuboid, we need to set it to 100, which is the same as its length and breadth. Okay. As you can see, this is the preview before you actually confirm it by clicking the green tick. There we go. The next step is to save it. I will just save it on desktop. Cuboid. Now, if you want to know the type which you are saving as, there are several types. The default one is a SolidWorks part file. Which is .prt or .sldprt. But if you want to export it to a 3D printer or a coordinate measuring machine, CMM, maybe you want to save it as IGES, .IGS format or .stl format. I'm gonna save it as the default one, which is a part format for SolidWorks. Name it cuboid. Save. Thanks guys, this is my first video and hoping for you guys to make some comments and give me some suggestions for my next video. Thank you.